a group of socially unaccepted misfits put together under a strange circumstance. When the world is threatened by a powerful dark evil force, they must learn how to put their differences aside and work together. And with the power of friendship and love, they defeat evil, save the world, and live happily ever after. We just can't think of any movies that use this kind of trope before.
Except for The Breakfast Club, Mean Girls, Bridesmaids, Lord of the Rings, Guardians of the Galaxy, Big Hero 6, High School Musical.
I mean, we are truly drawing blanks here.
I don't know.
Point Break, Dead Poets Society, Suicide Squad, The Other Suicide Squad, Goonies, all the Fast and Furious movies. You know, it's all about family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Hi movie lovers, welcome to our channel. Today we are recapping Thunderbolts, a 2025 blockbuster directed by Jake Schreier, starring Florence Pugh.
On the side, we're going to have a plan counter. There's a lot of plans in this movie. Can you keep up?
If you like the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe, as Bucky puts it best.
Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
We begin the movie with Yelena in Malaysia, sitting on top of a high-rise building before a mission, missing her Russian accent.
Ugh, that was disgusting.
Even assassins get the case of the Mondays.
She infiltrates the facility, drops the parachute, and disposes the security guards like they are 3-week-old milk.
She must have taught to Bruce Wayne this weekend and how to break into high-rise buildings.
She gets to the main lab and does not know how to get past the lock. As a professional assassin, you would expect that this attack would be more planned out. And you're right, it should have been. She then gets into a scuffle with a scientist in a lab coat. Surprisingly, this scientist does a lot better than all the security guards combined. Maybe they should just guard this place with only scientists. But he was no match for Yelena, so he ended up shooting himself in the face.
No saving face for that one, just another Monday, eh?
Which means now, Yelena can't get inside the lab.
Oh, another good reason to have set up a two-way authentication on your phone.
So she just blew it up while reporting a success mission to the CIA director, Valentina.
Oh, Elaine's done pretty well in life. She's now the head of the CIA.
But she is facing imminent impeachment led by Congressman Gary and ex-Winter Soldier Bucky Barnes.
Did they say Indiana Jones turned into a big, angry red monster?
Meanwhile, Yelena went and visited her father, Alexei.
Is the Stranger Things dad now a Russian alcoholic?
They had a conversation about their life's purposes and what it means to be a hero. We learned that Alexei is running a limo company and he kept a photo of Yelena's childhood soccer team, the Thunderbolts. Inspired by the conversation, Yelena called Valentina and asked her for a more public-facing mission, to which Valentina agrees. With a catch, of course.
It's always a good time for vodka, right?
In an attempt to clean up all the evidence of her involvement in the Century Superhuman project with the Ox Group, she came up with a plan and tricked Yelena.
For a spy, she's pretty trusting.
US agent John Walker, the Ghost Ava Star, and Taskmaster Antonia Dreykov to a secret Ox facility so they would get rid of each other for her.
What was Taskmaster's task? To die?
Her plan worked beautifully as Taskmaster was killed during the fight after surviving the whole Black Widow movie.
Did anyone else survive the Black Widow movie? I don't know if Disney did or I did.
All the commotion woke Bob, a man without any memories on how or why he ended up in the facility. Yelena, with the power of the main character, quickly figured out that Valentina sent them there not only to kill each other, but to be burnt alive with any other evidence in this room.
Yeah, they should have really picked up on this shit a bit quicker.
It's a trap!
They worked together to help Ghost get past the door in the hope that she would come back for them. At this point of the movie, the countdown clock might as well be a microwave clock because no one in the audience believes that the main characters will be killed off 25 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, right.
How long do they need to cook these heroes for?
Surprise, surprise, Ghost came back and rescued them. No one saw that coming just before the room explodes. While unconscious, Yelena touched Bob's arms and was taken to a dark memory where she tricked her best friend to her execution. Meanwhile, Valentina found out that her plan had failed while she was at a fundraising party. So she decided to go to the Ox facility. On the way, she also learned that Bob may be the only survivor of the Century project.
Who is this John Doe?
The gang woke up and argued about how Bob got into the facility. While Yelena and Bob were having a side convo, US agent Johnny Walker uses his superpower of plot armor to make a big hole in the wall.
Instead of Captain Arsehole, I think he's Captain Impulse now.
Following Bob's genius idea of leaning on each other's backs and slowly walking up the tube.
Literally a back-to-back pity contest.
Back-to-back!
Back-to-back-to-back-to-back.
As they reach the exit, conveniently, Bob has to sneeze, risking them all to fall.
Cucumber?
Captain Impulse grabs one of Yelena's hooks and reaches for the exit, while the rest of the gang fell. Ghost secures herself on the wall, grabs Yelena, and she rescues Bob. Strangely, they did not think of using the grab hooks and cable to get up here in the first place. While helping Bob up, Captain Impulse touches his arm and relieves a dark memory of him leaving his family behind. Using the plot armor, the gang easily overpowered the soldiers. They took their gears and pretended to be the survivors and walked outside. Ava got a piece of that plot armor. She stole a car and stopped behind the guys.
Right.
How'd she know it was them? She could have just picked up some random soldiers.
Yet none of them thought about how they could get past security unnoticed.
I mean, what was the plan here? They must have just watched the Master of Disguise movie, right?
When the covers are nearly blown, Bob sacrifices himself to create a diversion to help the guys escape. The world's most incompetent group of soldiers got distracted, so they left the vehicle behind and followed the gunshots.
Move over, stormtroopers. I think we've just found the worst Marvel goons.
Yelena, Walker, and Ava spent the whole time watching Bob got shot, had a silent disco inside the truck instead of driving away straight away.
Bob had his Willem Dafoe death here.
While they were driving away, Bob came back to life without any injury, rockets into the air in front of everybody's eyes before crash landed back down at the facility.
Bob woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, didn't he?
Mel saw him coming down. How the hell did she see that?
Must be her coffee.
Valentina then captured Bob and asked him to be transferred to her watchtower in Manhattan.
The ex-Avengers Tower?
Meanwhile, Mel, the assistant, has been secretly communicating with Bucky just from receiving his card at the party. She informed him that she's afraid that they are playing with a power outside of their control and she needs his help.
Good thing his arm is dishwasher safe. I wonder what dishwashing liquid it is using. Morning Fresh, Finish, Tide Pod, Mr. Clean, all four?
The gang walked in the desert after escaping the facility and ran into Alexei, who found and rescued them just from overhearing the plan while he was taking Valentina and her assistant home from the party in his limo, just a little bit late.
Ah, the limo is more durable than a Toyota.
With the power of convenience, Valentina's agents found them and gave chase, yet somehow struggling to catch up with the limo that can barely get up to 54 miles per hour. It doesn't matter how long it is if you can't get it up.
He doesn't want to get a speeding ticket, alright?
The goons start shooting at them. John Walker covers the whole car with just his shield. These must be the most cooperative goons in the world because they only shot at the shield and nothing else like the wheels or the trunk.
Must be their first day. I never thought I would have been called up to chase after a bunch of sidekicks.
When everything seems lost, the Windsor soldier Bucky Barnes came to the rescue. Gotta admit, this sequence is pretty badass.
Channeling Tom Cruise in the Terminator here.
The group thought that they were free when suddenly Bucky destroyed their car and captured them so that he can get them to testify in Valentina's impeachment.
Well, there goes the limo business.
Meanwhile, Valentina is playing a mind trick on Bob, convincing him that he has great potential and he can be a superhero.
Elaine is being a very seductive mother here.
She also instructed Mel to make sure that the Q switch in his brain is active, just in case he turns on her.
Is this what you call foreshadowing?
The assistant Mel is not feeling right about Valentina's plan, gave Bucky another call revealing Bob's identity as the surviving subjects of Valentina's top secret project. Suspecting that he would not be able to handle Bob alone, Bucky freed the Thunderbolts so that they could help him infiltrate the watchtower.
The Suicide Squad is now complete.
They got a truck from somewhere, had a bit of a chit-chat about their fashion choices, and crashed into the front door.
There goes another plan.
After some meaningless fight choreography and team naming, Valentina confidently invited them upstairs, where she introduced them to a new and improved Bob.
Robert? No, Century.
Oh. The Thunderbolts were easily overpowered by Sentry and quickly retreated.
Definitely the hair. That's where all his power comes from.
After defeating them, Sentry quickly developed a superiority god delusion and turned on Valentina, who was luckily saved by Mel using the Q switch.
Ah, there's the foreshadowing.
Around this time, as quickly as they came together, the Thunderbolts turned on each other and broke apart.
Great way to build team chemistry. Call each other losers.
Yelena and Alexei had an argument about him not being there for her and how she feels alone. He told her the reason why she wanted to play goalie in the Thunderbolts soccer team is because she wants to be the last person others can depend upon. This touches her and they made up. Turns out, when Mel killed Sentry with the Q switch, she released the Void, Bob's alter ego, his dark side, the embodiment of his depression and insecurities.
So Bob is literally the foreshadowing?
The Void starts causing havoc in New York City and turning people into shadows.
I don't know why anyone lives in New York anymore with all this Avengers shit going on.
The Thunderbolts came back and worked together to protect the civilians.
Some real team building here.
But their efforts will soon be in vain as the Void spread darkness across the city.
Pushing the concrete slab. Here's a superhero shot. They can't help themselves.
Instead of running away from the darkness, Yelena decided to be turned into the shadow with the hope that she can stop the void from within.
Is this not common knowledge? How did she know this was going to work?
After reliving her darkest memories, she found Bob hiding in a recreation of his childhood bedroom to shield himself from his abusive father. The void then uses his power to strangle them until they are saved by the other Thunderbolts.
Plan 20. Step 1, get in shadow. Step 2, save Yelena. Step 3, profit.
Yelena suggests that Bob takes them to the washroom in his subconscious with the hope to find the void there. Bob took them back to the lab Yelena was in at the beginning of the movie, where the void was born. We learned that Bob volunteered for the experiment so that he could be something better than just a drug addict. Again, easily overpowered by the void, the Thunderbolts watch helplessly as Bob confronts the void by himself. The more Bob beats the void, the more the darkness consumes him. Breaking from the voice restraints, the Thunderbolts one by one hugs Bob, telling him that he's not alone, using the power of friendship to break him out of the void's control.
The team chemistry is at 100 here.
With the victory over the void, light came back to the city and the victims were safely returned.
Except for the helicopter pilot. Is he gone?
The Thunderbolts were about to turn Valentina into a punching bag when she staged a press conference to introduce them as the new adventures, manipulating the public into thinking that she has the credits in this.
Feep pulling her trump card here.
The team plays along, and Yelena told Valentina that they own her now. In the credits, we see Alexei trying to show off a box of Wheaties with his picture to a random shopper in a supermarket.
This is perfectly showing how Marvel is represented at the moment and how the public is taking it.
If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
We end the movie on the final credit, true to Marvel's fashion, where the team is having a legal battle over trademark infringement when they receive a distress signal from outer space, from a cool looking spaceship with a number 4 emblem on it.
Must be the Fan 4 stick.
Did you like the movie? Let us know what you think in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. With the power of friendship, we compel you to come back to the next video.